Hello and welcome back to another video. This video will be going over how to use functions. How to use functions, it kind of goes part and part with variables, so we'll go over that too. So variables are kind of just things that store values. So if you have this as kind of like a multiplier, right? And then in your code, you can set this multiplier to different values. So 1, 2, 3. It doesn't really matter. It'll kind of just store values for you to use them later. So if later in the code you want to set the power of the robot to that multiplier, you would just set arm1.power to that multiplier. So functions are kind of like a variable, but it stores a set of actions. So imagine if you had a variable, but instead of storing like a number or a word, you can store all of this code in that variable. So let's just call this hey, and then how this function would work is you just put it there, and then whenever it sees this, it would do all of this code. So that's kind of how functions work. You would use this kind of like how you would use a while loop, but kind of more concise. So you would put code here that you'd want to use more than once. So if there's things that you want to use a lot, say you want to move your arm to a preset position, or you want to make some kind of cool library in your code, you would use a function because that would allow you to store a lot of actions in one little piece of code like this. So that'll just make your code look a lot neater, and it'll be way easier to use stuff over and over again. And it would also make it easier when you're going back in and editing your code. So I'd suggest that y'all utilize functions very heavily. Um, they're very great, and I definitely recommend them. How to modify your functions. So there's something else you can do with functions. You can have variables that are specific to these functions. So like here, whenever you run this function, you can add a value to it. So say you want x to equal 20, and then inside this function, you can have it set the arm's power to the variable that's being used inside the function. So yeah, that's kind of everything about functions. We'll be using functions in videos in the future, and I hope you utilize them on your own. That's all for now. I hope you watch the next video. Goodbye.